The Green Bay Packers continuing to make all the right additions with this latest signing. Who am I talking about, guys? Before I jump into it, if you like the content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Okay, so we all know after a very successful and overachieving season that the Green Bay Packers had, there were two obvious problems that needed to be addressed right away, and they did that. They didn't waste any time. Matt LaFleur firing Joe Barry right after the season ended, bringing in Jeff Hafley, a guy that I think is going to be a great addition to this deep Packer defense, causing a lot of chaos, a lot of disruption around the defensive line, something that the Packers desperately need, something we didn't see a whole lot of in 2023. 2024 is going to be a great year for the Green Bay Packers. Another glaringly obvious problem for the Packers was injuries. Guys couldn't stay out on the field. They couldn't keep guys out there healthy, and they addressed that right away. They fired Chris Jeezy, the strength and conditioning coach for the Green Bay Packers. Now they bring in Aaron Hill from the San Francisco 49ers as their new strength and conditioning coach. I think this is a very good move. The Green Bay Packers, it says right here, have their new strength and conditioning coach, according to the Athletic, Matt LaFleur. And the Packers are hiring Aaron Hill, who spent the last 4 years with the San Francisco 49ers as the assistant strength and conditioning coach under Kyle Shanahan. Hill's only 33 years old. He worked directly with the Niners strength and conditioning coach, Dustin Perry, all 5 seasons, 2019 to 2023 in San Francisco. In Green Bay, Hill will replace Chris Jeezy, as we already talked about, who was fired by Matt LaFleur following the 2023 season. Jeezy had been with the Packers since 2014, including the last 5 seasons, all under LaFleur as the head strength and conditioning coach. Hill previously spent 4 years as the assistant at Vanderbilt and was an intern with the Carolina Panthers and the University of Minnesota. Hill played linebacker for Minnesota from 2009 to 2013. He spent with the St. Louis Rams as an undrafted free agent in 2014. Has had a master's degree in applied kinesiology, sport and exercise science from Minnesota. Guys, I think this is a super good move for the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, post, their very successful season, like we had talked about, they addressed the two major glaringly obvious things, the defense and now strength and conditioning. Bringing in a guy like Aaron Hill, I think, is going to be very big for this team, especially when we start talking guys that had just missed considerable amount of playing time. But let me tell you the biggest thing on Aaron Hill's resume, and it's not just him. He's just one of the guys that helped and assisted. But they bring in Christian McCaffrey, a guy that was just been injury prone, injury plagued throughout his career. Really, he missed. I think he only played 3 games in 2020 and 7 in 2021, and then he comes to San Francisco. He in 2022 he gets traded to San Fran. He plays, I think, all of the games there. And then in 2023, he played 16 of 17 games. He had nearly 1,500 yards rushing, over 2,000 yards of total offense, and then 21 touchdowns. Why is that big for the Green Bay Packers? It's big because you mentioned a guy like Aaron Jones, a guy who missed considerable amount of playing time last season because of soft tissue issues, and then his hamstring. Another guy like Christian Watson. These are 2 big guys on their offense. When we start talking about guys that are playmakers, difference, game changers. Aaron Jones, Christian Watson, we need those guys out on the field. Hopefully, Aaron Hill is going to be one of the problem solvers to be able to get these guys healthy out on the field. Another guy that missed considerable amount of time was Eric Stokes. Again, hamstring issues there as well. And then you've got Jair Alexander, his shoulder, his hamstring, you name it, right? Jair missed, I think, a total of 9 games total, not including his suspension, which would have been 10. So the point is the Green Bay Packers had to do something different. I think bringing in a guy like Aaron Hill just proves that the Green Bay Packers, they saw what us fans saw. And a lot of times we are like, oh my gosh, how can they not see these glaringly obvious problems? They did, and they addressed them. Defensive coach Joe Barry gone, Jeff Hafley in, Chris Jeezy, the strength and conditioning coach, gone, and then Aaron Hill in. I think this is great. I think the Green Bay Packers are continuing to do everything that they can to set themselves up, hopefully for a not only playoff run, but a Super Bowl run. Packers already proved this season that they've already got all the right pieces to be able to do that. They just need them to stay healthy. I think this is a great addition. Let me know your thoughts. Go Pack Go.